Well, no further explanation, no further questions about Kieran Tierney and Arsenal. It looks like Mikel Arteta is fed up with Kieran Tierney and is ready to let him leave the club of Arsenal. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and how is your evening? It's really great to see that you guys are really here and talking to me. This is the Arsenal News Show, and don't forget to smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Today's story is coming in from Arsenal sources confirmed us that Arteta is going to hate to drop Kieran Tierney and is not part of the Arsenal squad. We don't know why. We are going to look through it. And Zinchenko has travelled with Arsenal plus Thomas Partey to play part. Arteta has also been talking to Football Daily, that is the Sky Sports show, and he has lots of things to let us know about this story of Kieran Tierney and how other players are supposed to compete in the squad of Arsenal. Rob Holding is another one that is going to be shown the exit door as up. So, Rokani David is my name, and let's jet this to where it's supposed to be now. Today, Arsenal is playing Crystal Palace. We all know 3 hours from now, from the time of recording, Arsenal will be playing against Crystal Palace in London. That is at the Selhurst Park, and it's really going to be a highly contentious game that Arsenal need to win. But with the squad of Arsenal, we anticipate that they are obviously going to win the game. And with this first intent by Mikel Arteta of Kieran Tierney not in the Arsenal matchday squad tonight, brought us by Prek Brown 95, shows you that there is a lot of quality that Arteta is having in his squad and is ready to obviously drop Kieran Tierney. To me, I believe in a situation where Julian Timber is really out, you'd consider to take on this guy known as Kieran Tierney to obviously go ahead and really do the job. Either take him to start as a left fullback or being played on the bench and maybe coming in through as a backup player. You get? So, I think Kieran Tierney is one of those players that Arsenal fans really love, and Arteta's gonna hate to throw him under the bus on several occasions. Remember, in the game of Nottingham Forest, he never even made it to the squad of Arsenal. That is Kieran Tierney for you, and that shows you the message that Arteta is sending for him. And Fabrizio Romano has confirmed to us that there are talks of really signing this player, and Newcastle wanted to sign the player, but Arsenal have also gone ahead to do what Man City has gone ahead to do to them. They don't want to strengthen a rival. Newcastle wanted to come in through and obviously dispose some cash to Arsenal, see to it that Arsenal cashes in for Kieran Tierney, and they said, we don't want a loan with an option to buy, you want cash. And Arsenal want close to £35 million from Kieran Tierney, and they're willing to obviously let the player go. So all these are confirmations that maybe Arsenal have gone ahead to get an offer for Kieran Tierney. That's why he has not travelled to Crystal Palace. And that leaves Arsenal with options of Zinchenko, Tomiyasu to play at the left back of Arsenal in this London derby tie. So I think we are going to get more news and stories after this game of football, and Mikel Arteta might be exposed to questions to answer where and why Kieran Tierney is not part of his team squad that obviously came in through to play against Crystal Palace. Then, some good news is that Alexander Zinchenko and Thomas Partey have both travelled with the Arsenal squad. This is Team News and Ticks, close source to Arsenal. This comes in through to obviously get us to where we want to know and why Thomas Partey has been included into the mix, because Thomas Partey has not been an injury-prone player. Sorry, not been an injury player, but he's being talked about into the squad because he's just always a second away or a knock away from obviously getting an injury. But him traveling with Arsenal is a very huge boost. But for Zinchenko coming in through and obviously playing into that bit, as traveling with Arsenal means he's going to be played as a left back into this game of Crystal Palace, and that's why Kieran Tierney is going to hate to be dropped. If I told Mikel Arteta, why don't I let this guy go? I think he should let Kieran Tierney live in peace and obviously see what he has, what else he has for his career, because the more you keep him at the club of Arsenal, the more you really devalue his price. I think if I told Arsenal started off the pre-season and they said we're not going to use Kieran Tierney, he's up for sale, they would have gone ahead to get ample time to obviously negotiate a better deal for him. Maybe even Newcastle wouldn't have gone in for Harvey Barnes. They would have gone ahead to sign in Kieran Tierney, because they went ahead to sign, is it Hull, the left back at Chelsea, on loan with an option to buy, and that is something they all wanted, and it all never came to pass with Kieran Tierney. So I see no reason as to why he's being kept at the club. Maybe his agent is not doing a very good club to get the best offers for Arsenal, but I think it's time to let Tierney leave the club of Arsenal, because last season he never had enough playing time, and ever since which guy ever since the young came through, he has been dropped down into the pecking order of the club of Arsenal, and his contract situation has the following to say: that is expiring in 2026, meaning that he's left with 3 years and he still has more years. I think that's why Arsenal are buying their time to do exactly what they want, because they know they still have a lot of time with this guy. Now let's go to Mikel Arteta talking about the situation of obviously having very many players who are really versatile, like Zinchenko and very many others. He has said, we have the flexibility now, we have the capacity to rotate players and accommodate players in other positions, so we are going to be more unpredictable. And has he gone ahead to drop Kieran Tierney because he doesn't want to be more predictable? That is it. One of the things we're going to talk about, but he's talking about the flexibility, and they have the capacity to rotate players, and this is something that really lacked in Mikel Arteta's locker room or dressing room last season, and he has gone ahead to rectify it by adding 3 signings to his squad. That is Rice, Havertz, and the injured Julian Timber, who's going to be out for close to 7 months. But he has also made sure that some players that were really injured are really fully back: William Saliba, Tomiyasu, Reece Nelson, Emily Smith-Rowe, and very many others. They're really back and trying to obviously get them to the levels they deserve to be as the players of this club of Arsenal. Then Arteta added on the squad depth and said the following: that to have 2 excellent goalkeepers is great. There is nothing wrong with it. We have 2 great left wingers, 2 great strikers, and 2 great holding midfielders. If we want to be better, we have to create that environment. That's what Mikel Arteta is obviously saying, because very many questions have been directed to him as far as him and getting in David Raya is concerned. People see to it that it's going to obviously be a dressing room, maybe disaster, but so about that, Arteta is confirming with us that if at all, he can have 2 left wingers in Martinelli and Trossard, 3 central midfielders, that is Thomas Partey, Jorginho, and Declan Rice. Why not have 2 goalkeepers to compete? And I think this is where the new game is obviously going. People desire and really want to go ahead and see these goalkeepers also competing. I think gone are the days where you only had 1 decent goalkeeper, and it has now come to our concern that a team has to be having 2 decent goalkeepers, and that's Mikel Arteta obviously trying to initiate it, that the first choice goalkeeper has to be good. Sorry, the second choice goalkeeper or the understudy might be at the same wavelength with the first choice goalkeeper. Like you see, he's having Declan Rice, Jorginho, and Thomas Partey into the mix. So that's it, what Arteta is going to have to say about dropping players like Zinchenko and obviously not bringing them to London to play this game of Besiktas. And lastly, Tanzi has confirmed to us that Besiktas have started discussions to sign Arsenal defender Rob Holding. Arsenal want to dispose of players, and it's the right cause they are on to. Looks like they're going to have to move on players. They're supposed to move them on, and it's time for them to get to know that they need more players and they need to really move on others. So Rob Holding, who came in through, obviously never proved to Mikel Arteta that he's really good towards the final bit of the season when this guy, what's his name, when Saliba got an injury, has no place to play in the Arsenal squad, and Arteta wants him to go. Besiktas has open talks, and I think they're just going to have to resume them because they're going to have to fall off, but I think they are back onto the table. So guys, your thoughts onto Arteta dropping Tierney for Palestine are welcome in the comment section below. Then what do you make about Arteta talking about the squad depth and versatility of the club and rotation? And lastly, Besiktas in for Rob Holding. How much do you think Arsenal should cash in for this player? I sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. And my Muslim viewers and subscribers, Barak Lau Fiku.